Say what?
Say what? There you go. There you go. All right.
Put that KC on.
I know, right? Thank you for being a good sport and coming around and doing it again and get it fixed and right this time. So, the first question I remember asking was, tell the people how you got started.
All right. For those of y'all, as y'all know, this is the second portion. Actually, it's take two because there were some technical difficulties. You know what I'm saying? I'm not tripping on it. I already know how this works. So if you didn't catch what I said the first time, I had said what I had said the first time. If it sounds different this time, it's because I wasn't remembering what I said the first time. So,
right.
Started way back when, man. LL was my go-to. You know, I used to have the shark fin, you know, Kango and all of that.
Right.
Heard radio. That was where I came in at. I love radio and I love the battle aspect of it. But like, you know, my four favorite rappers is LL, not in no, well, actually in order, it would be Rakim.
Okay.
LL, Q, DMX. So. Right. Those are my favorites. You know, I know that they're all from a little bit of a different era to a degree, but those are my favorites.
Okay.
Yeah. See? I remember that part.
You remember that part?
I didn't have to embellish. Yeah, I didn't have to embellish on none of that. Exactly. That was right off. I remember.
Right.
At my age, I know.
The AARP. Yeah. So,
about AARP. I got AARP, man. I'm telling you.
Is it because you're dialysis?
I got AARP. I'm old, man. I'm 47 up in this month.
But I'm saying we ain't supposed to get that till we 50 something.
It's all right, man. You know that comes with this with this kidney issues that I got. I don't make
dialysis stuff.
Yeah, I'm on dialysis. I don't hide it. You know.
Mm-hmm.
It's a way for me to tell everybody to keep doing what you're doing and take care of your body, take care of yourself, you know, vitamins, things like that. I went from 300 to 210. So you just got to take care of yourself. You know, you got to take care of yourself.
Well, I'm glad that it's going good for you, as best as it's going to be for dialysis. So continued success with that, homie.
Yeah.
So
thank you.
You've been doing this for a long time. I believe
a long time.
Yes, a long time. I think you said the first round we talked, you said you got like 13 projects under your belt.
13 is 12 solo albums and one group album. The group is called Trilogy. My friends D-Fed and Extro. Kind of like the premise to that was the past, present, future. I was the past.
Mm-hmm.
Extra was the present. D-Fed is the future because I was the oldest. X was the next, and so forth, and went down that line.
Nice.
So if you liked West Side Connection and you liked G Unit and Scarface, Ghetto Boys and all that, you'll love Trilogy's World Domination. It is
nice,
phenomenal, and it's a timeless sound, man. It's timeless, like. This was done back in 2005.
Okay.
And you can listen to it today and it'll sound like it was today.
Nice. Now, are you guys still a group? You guys still working
together? You know, everybody, you know, they go their own route. You know, it's like most groups. They all, you know, go to do separate things. You know, D-Fed has done some things with Dre Day and some other artists and everything. And Extra was with his brother team from they were called Team Tuck, but they did some things, you know, on their own. And you know, of course, when you grow up and you get a little older, you change what you do. And you know, right now, everybody's got families and things like that, you know, including myself. But I mean, I'm pretty sure that if Trilogy needed to come back out, you know, I don't think it's a problem for me to make a phone call and say D-Fed, Extra, Trilogy, and in 2 weeks we'll have an album. So it's like that.
All right. So what is your recording process for you doing an album?
You know what? It's simple. I see, and now that I'm doing this the second time, it's easier for me to get my answers right. You know what I'm saying? Because I was still starstruck. I'm gonna say what show with PJ Dakota, man. I was star. Look at who here with you.
There
Man,
you
I'm starstruck like a mug right now.
You're so silly.
Man. Um, and so my writing process is simple.
Mhm.
You know, I have my own. I bought my own studio equipment,
Okay.
updated it with music money, and I write whatever I want to write about.
Right.
I don't necessarily just you know. I mean, I write about women. I write about situations. I write about love. I write about crime. I write about what I want to write about.
Right.
And if I feel like I'll jot down some lines here and there for this, that, the third, but then I might not touch it for 2 weeks. And then all of a sudden, I might not touch it for 2 days. Then I'll come back. Now I got a whole song. And I'm like, okay, I like this song. I need a beat.
Right.
I need a beat now. Let me go work on the beat. But while I'm working on the beat, I'm working on a whole nother song. I'll write a completely different song to the beat that I made for the song I just wrote, and then won't even use it for that. I use it for something else. It just depends on what fit.
What you feeling?
On what fit. I could do a song with you right now, and you could do like a slow cut, talking some man hating stuff, and I come back, be the man. Like, why you gotta hate us though? Like,
right.
So I come back and forth, with you. So you never know. It just depends on what it needs at that time.
Okay.
That's how when I mix the same way.
Oh, okay then.
I'm an R&B. I'm a rapper, but I love R&B. Mm-hmm. So when I mix in the sense of R&B, where you don't smash the levels and you don't clip everything,
Right.
It gotta breathe. I want to, LL said, turn my volume way past 10. Well, when you get 22, I want you to be able to still understand what I'm saying. So,
right. That's true. Well, I just listened to your Champion too, and I really, really liked it. I was you shocked me with the one with no music. I was shocked on that one. Those some heavy. Look at you.
The Blue Race.
Yeah.
That song, that was actually one of them ones where I couldn't find a beat that fit how I wanted to say it.
Mm-hmm.
And my man's, see, this is a different line of questioning now. My man's DJ Dramatized told me, he said, he was like, man, you need, you do poetry, because rap is poetry. Rap is poetry, rhythm and poetry. So basically your rap, you're doing, it's like this.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I'm not Christian. I'm Christian, but I'm not like one of those kind that I go to church, but I just go to church. Right. I mean, I'm still a work in progress.
Gotcha.
But there's those that say things like, secular music and so forth and so on.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm reading 50 Shades of Grey and they wrote 50 Shades of Grey, and you're a churchgoer or avid churchgoer, and you're reading 50 Shades of Grey, what's the difference from me taking this paragraph from 50 Shades of Grey, putting it to a beat, and rapping it?
Right. Nothing. Right. Just
so me, I'm just giving you a poem in music form.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
In music form.
It made me really pay attention to the lyrics, and the lyrics were very, very storytelling on that one.
Subjective.
But yeah,
definitely. And that's just how it is,
nothing wrong with it all.
But
different.
Yeah, it catches a few people differently. I get a lot of insight about that. I get a lot of people that email me at the company, THAcompany07@gmail.com, talking about that song. Like, man, that was dope. Like, that was dope. Like, it was dope. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, thanks. They was like, no, you don't get it. It was dope. I'm like, all right, I don't.
Yeah, but I'm actually working on that.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm working on a project just like that. It's a poetry album, and so I'm picking up a couple of different poetry artists, and the format is exactly like that's why I was like, ooh, I finally hear what I've been thinking out loud. I was like, okay, so it will work. It can work. You know what I'm saying? So not every song has to have music.
Oh yeah. When we did the trilogy album, I've put on an album like we'll do all the songs,
Mhm.
but then we'll have one song that is just the instrumental.
Wow.
You know
Nice.
what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
no words, just the instrumental. The hook, but just the instrumental. And it's like, why would you do that? I'm like, why not? It's mine. I own it. Somebody use it. They're
Yeah.
gonna pay me for it anyway.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
you know, and that's just something different because Scarface. I can't remember. I think it was my homies. One of them too. I think he
Mhm.
did that. You know, it's like an interlude, like a
Mhm.
prelude to the new song coming in or going out. But we ended up doing a whole here. Take this whole 3-minute beat and just throw it on there.
Yeah.
So I did that on I did that on my Doomsday album too. So why not?
Right. Now, I know I'm hitting you with a couple of new songs. We're gonna come back to the main questions I asked you on the first round, but since we're talking about the hour,
It's all right. It's all right. We got both of them out there.
oh yeah, exactly.
We got both of them out there. That's all right. Let's go ahead. Everybody gonna be like, wait a minute, which show should we listen to? Part 1, part 2, part 3? Hey, all of them. Listen to all of them.
They both were good. They definitely. I was very pleased with your interview.
Right.
But back to the album, like I said, just because I just heard it, it's still fresh in my head. You use some samples, like some samples in the beginning of the song, and which I like. I caught the movies and the little things or whatever. Did you get clearance on that, or what?
Yeah, I got clearance on all of them, and in most of those, you don't really need clearance because they are public domain. When a lot of people don't know that, you can use you can use almost any sample you want if you find it in public domain. Now, I did reach out to the Harry Fox agency on one sample for the song "I Am," which it had the James Brown sample in it, but that's where we had an issue because at the very beginning of the original song, the James Brown sample plays for about 20 seconds, 15 to 20 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the rule of thumb is you can use 3 to 7, but it played for 15 to 20 seconds. So I had to the producer of the beat, T.P, and ask him, I'm like, dude, did you get clearance for this sample? He said, that's on you. And I'm like, all right, crap, cool. But if I would have waited for HFA to get back to me, I would have been just putting the album out because they don't, they ain't rushing.
Exactly.
So what I did was I cut that section. I left just enough. Then I had my man Stone so I can go straight to the music.
Now what about the talk bits? Because you used, oh my God, what's the dude's for? He played the mob guy. You used that. I knew it was from that movie.
Denzel Washington.
Yeah, Denzel Washington. Yeah.
Yeah. Again, you're allowed to use anything as far as it's public domain. As far as they're concerned, I recorded that while the movie was playing, or it was just in the background.
Right.
It's not like I went and stole it directly off of there. It was literally public domain. So, and for those that don't know, again, when you go get something off of YouTube, and it says public domain in the in the information at the bottom and the stats, you can use that. So I was able to use the same way with I've used the Matrix part, where Lawrence Fishburne was talking to was saying no, not Lawrence. It was Keanu Reeves was saying, I don't know the future, but I know how this. I used all of that. I like you got to put some different elements in your music. You can't just have it rap and then a beat and then that's you. You give them something. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah. Now some people want to go watch the dang on American Gangster movie.
Exactly, that's what it was, American Gangster. Yeah. But I liked it. I like the parts that you used because it went with the song as far as you going into it with it. So that was good. But I said, let me ask you about that because a lot of people don't understand about getting clearance on certain things, or like you even saying now that whole public domain thing, how much you got to use, and as long as it says this, whatever.
Right.
Because, like when I would do stuff on YouTube would hit me with the whole, this is a, the copyright. And then they're telling me that I can't seek any type or gain any type of monetary that.
Right.
So I don't know how does that. Well, maybe that's just because that's the video portion of. So I guess that's not really where we're looking to get the money anyway. So you get it from other areas. But okay then. Like I said, so that was cool that I saw that today. So,
yeah, it works. Also, websites you can go to that lets you, get certain samples and things, and it's royalty free. And if it's royalty free right off the rip, it's a clearance. It's already clear. Those samples to do that too. So just to make sure I can get, I can get that. I put it into the search box at the sample place, and I can't remember the name of it. And then it was like, yeah, that's royalty free. You see it say royalty free. I'm like, cool,
wow.
using you. So
nice. Cool, very interesting.
Yeah.
So we talked about you've been in the industry forever, and have you ever got to the point where you were willing to be signed?
Right. Well, we did. I had a chance to be signed by Def Jam for distribution, but then there was a 360 clause in the deal, and I a lot of these youngsters don't know about 360s. I'm not going to explain it. Read up on it.
Right.
As you stated in the first interview part of it, that it would have helped me if I would have signed it because I have so much music.
Yeah.
But at that time, I didn't know I was going to have so much music.
Right.
Like I said, in the first, I have over 600 plus songs that I've wrote.
Wow.
And then, over 400 or 500 that I've co-wrote. So there's a lot of music of me out there and a lot of words. I mean, I forgot to tell you, I've wrote gospel.
Oh, wow.
And I'm not a gospel-y kind of gospel-y is not a word, but
right.
I'm not a gospel type person.
Yeah.
But I could write it. I can, from a guy, a rapper that I was working with named Price.
Okay.
He did a gospel album. He wasn't really happy with the way it came out, but there was elements that he didn't adhere to that I thought would have worked better.
Okay.
But when you're trying to put your first thing together, your first project, you hear it and see it going one way, and regardless if the other person thinks no, it should go this way. But soon I'll be working with him again, and we're going to meld and come together and make this right. But yeah, I helped him out with a few things. My brother Act Right, I helped him out. I've worked with Vel Rob. I didn't write anything for Vel. Vel writes his own stuff. But Jay Murder, there's a lot of rappers that I've done some work with. I mean, I couldn't even name it because I've been doing this since, like I said, way back when, early 2000s. I used to have a group called NBC Posse Productions. Excuse me, NBC National Blasting Crew.
Okay. Then.
National Blasting Crew. And then I named my production company after it, which is NBC Posse Productions.
Okay.
Yeah. Way back on Milton on the east side. This was a long time ago. 96, I think. 97.
Okay. Right.
I'm telling my age like mud right now.
Well, you know the age too, so and this is a question I didn't ask.
Hey. Girl, you ain't no older than 27. No,
I wish, man. I wish. 28. No. How is the scene there in Ohio?
It's different. Well, not all of Ohio. Cleveland's always popping.
Okay.
Cleveland artists are always popping one way or another. Okay. Akron artists are popping too. We got some artists out here. We got Flames. Oh God, that's my man's. Okay. I'm actually a part of Strictly with him. I just don't rep it because we ain't done our thing yet. Okay. But we got Flames. We got King Locust. King Locust. Been he sat it down for a minute, came home and started doing work right away. Okay. We got Freeze, we got An Pacino, Baby Bugsy. It's still, and I'm most of like An Pacino, Chino Nino, them are some of the older ones, but they still doing their thing.
Right.
We got newer cats coming out. It's just there's a lot of our J Murder. It's a lot of thugging. I could name rappers.
Right.
But I need them to say his name too. Ace and Deep and around whatever. Jazz Nasty. One of the hard was out that ended up. He's a wrestler now. Billy Chemicals. He was one of the hardest ones that came out and did his thing. So yeah, we got some artists now.
Nice. we're gonna keep going with this interview because I look back at it on Facebook and they can't see your face at all. We can hear you.
Ain't that about 3 shades of nothing?
Ain't about
I tell you, it's always something.
something, man. But this one, I can hear the. At least I can hear the audio, so I will figure this out.
Yeah. I mean, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah,
because I didn't. I'm on phone. Because my phone. And for all those that's looking and listening, you know how y'all doing.
The other one. So
if y'all got something to ask, go ahead and ask her.
Exactly. So I can go to the and it's crazy because a lot of times when I do my video anyway, when I do my interviews, a lot of times it's over the phone. So this is what they hear anyway, is the audio part. So it's okay. But man, I see you, me, and I see it on the screen. I don't understand what's going on. But
and like, oh, wait a minute, what? I want to see his facial features that got her laughing like that. What did he just do? What did he do? Sign that out, right?
Exactly. But I share Facebook, so I will definitely share that link and let people know that actually, y'all, this is the original part 1 of the show. Here it is. So cool on that part. But yeah,
that's kind of how I did it. I did, you know, Say What Show part 1, then I did the Say What Show part 2.
Part 2, exactly.
But then this one, you know,
right,
it's part 2 plus.
Right,
you know?
All kind of extra mess going on, man. But what did we talk about? We talked. No doubt. Now you talked about being successful for as long as you have, and being able to eat off your music.
Right now, you know, not making minimum wage off your music style. That's what they say. You know, as far as you know, streams and things like that.
Right.
But anyway, whether it be through ASCAP, BMI, or your distribution company, which I'm with CD Baby and with Ditto. And I like CD Baby a lot because I like the way that they work with you more with a lot of things and help you through some things. Ditto is like, hey, just go ahead and put this on there and whatever happens, happens. But right. I like to be a little bit more professional. Right. I like to be a little bit more professional than that, but I like Ditto for the way that they set up their programs. So I'm still an avid CD Baby user. And, you know, I look at it like this: when you start doing this, just don't give up. You know what I'm saying? You never know, that one song might hit and grab everybody's attention. You know, and next thing you know, you got 1 million plays. And then so far, since I have so many albums out anyway, I was able to purchase a house with my music money.
Nice.
You know. Bike, car, stuff like that. After I took care of my bills, I do charities, March of Dimes, United Way, and the other one was oh my gosh, St. Jude. That's what I was trying to say the other time.
St. Jude.
But
nice one. I like that one.
Yeah, don't nobody get paid till they get their 3% off the top every quarter. You see what I'm saying? That 3% might not sound like a lot, but that 3% gets divvied up between those 3 different charities. Basically, they get like 1% each, but it's good because there's times where I might rank in, I might get $500 in a 3-month time span from the music.
Nice.
Or get $3,500. You never know, because there's going to be months where you have better months than other months. 1 month you put out a new album and it's banging for the first 2 months, and then it starts to drop off.
Okay.
Or you put out an album and it ain't doing nothing for the first 2 months, and then here it is 6 months to a year later, you got 100, and 100,000 plus streams and stuff like that. And you got to remember, it's not just Spotify. You got Apple, you got Tidal, you got Google Play, you got eMusic, you got Xbox Music, which Spotify and YouTube is one of the lowest payers.
Yeah.
than anybody else. You get 0.0000249 cents. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So that's not an accurate number, but trust and believe it's
Right.
percentages of a penny.
Half of a penny.
But
You half of a penny.
right. I mean, Rakim said that we get money carved out of pennies. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yes. So facts.
but them pennies, they add up. You know what I'm saying? Them portions, they add up.
Yeah.
And a million ain't what it used to be if you sold a million copies. If you sold a million copies on the street at $5 each, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But if you sell a million copies streams, yeah, it ain't the same.
No.
But continue, because you got, like I said, you got YouTube, you got the content ID that comes in, you got all them different platforms that come in.
Right.
A lot of people don't know you get paid by Facebook for your music playing on Facebook.
That is true.
Have you ever noticed? Listen here, ladies and gentlemen. You get if somebody streams your video, what you say?
I said listen.
If somebody streams your video on Facebook or has your music playing in the background and they twerking, dancing, smoking, talking mess, whatever, they get 5, 6, 7, 800, 1,000,000 views plus. Your music has now just got 1,000,000 views.
That's true.
Simple mathematics. You know what I'm saying? And you see them people. You see them people getting 3.1 million views on somebody getting beat up in the background. Well, okay, that's kind of messed up. That our mentality is like we'd rather watch somebody get beat up than pay attention to something more positive.
Right.
But let my music be playing in the background. I'm gonna be like, oh man, that's messed up. Oh, they shouldn't have hit him. Oh wait, that's my song. 3.1 million views. Yes.
Now, but isn't there a catch to that?
He got beat up the damn I'm great.
Now that's funny. He had theme music was beat
I know it's wrong.
Right.
I know it's wrong, but you just gave me 3.1 million views. Thank you.
Exactly.
Let me send you some chocolate. Find out who got beat up so I can send them some chocolate.
Exactly. Now, isn't there a catch to that though? To that setup though? Because when I used to do the show live from Facebook, and Facebook was like, they would like literally mute my whole show when I had the music portion playing. What am I missing? Because they won't let me.
Well, because it's the whole thing. If you was like you're doing, like let's say you're doing this right now, and you had a song playing in the background, they really can't mute you because we're having an actual conversation. But they know people can do this, and they know people aren't stupid, so they know that they can have some music playing in the background. And do you put on there you do not own the copyrights to this music?
None at all. They just muted, and I was like, wow, this messed up my whole show.
Yeah. Because it's the same way with Instagram. They know that they can make money off of this. So they found a way to screw people from making that money.
Yeah.
But they can't do it all. They can't mute it all. Because if we're still having a discussion, we're still having a discussion. Now, if they mute it, they mute it. Okay. Hey, it is what it is.
Right.
But at the same time, they know that this is what people are doing. I see lives all the time where people are just sitting there, girl, yeah, girl, he ain't this girl, girl, and then they got Juvenile playing in the background. You ain't muting Juvenile. You know what I'm saying? Why you gonna mute the local people?
Right.
So
exactly.
Right.
So I don't know, but it's a
yeah. So
what was I gonna say? It was something you said, and I said I wanted to comment on it. Excuse me. I think.
Well, check this out, Facebook. I own the music you're about to play.
Exactly.
Facebook, Mr. Zuckerberg. I own the music that she about to play.
Exactly.
So I'm claiming that now.
Yes, go ahead.
That is my music. I got all the paperwork, proof, and everything, sir.
He has given me permission to play his music on this platform, and I shall play it.
Any questions that she asked me while the music is playing, Mrs. Music. Now, if you want to holler at me, you know how to get to me.
Exactly. We talked about, I think you said you got some videos coming out soon.
Yeah, my man's Jay Murder doing a video for his Misfits song. It's been in the works for a while. He's been going through some things, so he kind of laid back. And I kind of my mentality was I'm not going to release no more videos until he gets his video released, because we all work together. And it's not fair to me. It's not fair that you see Casey, but I work with Jay Murder too. You know, my man thugging all up. He putting out videos, left and right. We need to get Jay out there. So we get Jay do his video, then I'm gonna drop my I Am video, and I have a video that we're putting together for my song Blind. So that's going to be another video. Plus, I got videos. We got storyboards for the videos for some of my older songs too.
Right. Okay. Oh, you had talked about when I asked you if you could give an advice to any upcoming artists now.
All right, I'm gonna do what I did. Don't do no, I ain't gonna do that. I wanted to see if I can remember. Be persistent. Be persistent. And do what works for you. You're not on nobody's time. You're not on nobody's time clock of your own. Be persistent. Don't be like everybody else. Don't auto tune everything. Don't rap everything. And if you do, just be persistent. You never know what song is grasp the attention of somebody. You decide to quit is the day you might get that attention that you didn't think you was gonna get. True. All it takes is one person. I've always said this. People. I've always said my music doesn't always appeal to the masses.
Right.
But if you hear it and you like it, you might tell this person and be like, man, it's pretty dope. So out of, you didn't just told 5 people. Out of 5 people, 4 might listen. But if you don't like it and you hate everything I'm talking about, you're going to tell 150 people. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
A person who's smart, people are I don't want to say stupid. People, when it's especially a massive amount of people in one group, they're panicky. They're anxious. Right. They're ready to bounce something they already know about.
Right.
Right. And they're not always willing to give the new guy or something they've never heard a chance. But then when they go home, they be like, "Oh, that's pretty dope. Hey, yo, man, play that KC. You hear that? Man, I ain't heard that, man. But play that KC. It's pretty dope." And that's what usually happens. My music grows on people because it grows on me when I'm doing it. Even when I do it, I'll be like, yeah, I like that. I like that. I'm gonna leave it there. There's been stuff I made a mistake on in the music, but I left it in the music because it gave the music the character.
Yep. I know exactly that is. Yes. You say you engineer too. Did you self-taught engineering or did you go to school?
Well, I went to school for it. I learned on Pro Tools, but I don't like Pro Tools.
Oh wow.
I don't know why they made it. I don't know why they made it the industry standard. Why? What? Why? Who? Why? Why?
Why?
I learned on Sony Acid 3. I learned on Acid first, Acid Pro.
Okay.
I started to learn how to do it, and then when I went to school to learn it, I was already there. They gave us a song. They said mix this song down. What? I don't listen to this kind of music. This ain't my kind of music. I don't the blues. That's what that. Give us songs like that to mix, but I mixed it, and mine came out a little clearer than most everybody else. So I already knew a lot of what to do, and me knowing a lot of what to do helped me out. Like I said, they gave us Pro Tools and let us work through it. I liked it, but I didn't like it. There's things about it that just it's like y'all doing too much. So I made a few albums in Yeah, I made some albums in Acid. Then I went from Acid to Sonar, from Sonar to Cakewalk, from Cakewalk. I tried Studio One. But at the end of the love it. I love Cubase.
Okay.
I love the intuitiveness. I love the intuitiveness of it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll still use my Acid Pro because Acid is just, you can listen. I have done I did a song called Mic Ripper on my Speechless album. I have Vel Rob, Cam Caution, P-Fed, Extro. Oh my God. I had a lot of people on this one song. I mixed over 132 tracks on one song.
Yeah, I recorded that like that before.
Yeah. So, and Acid handled it without a problem. Now I was going to do a remix because I already did a remix to that album, to that song, because I got a album EP out called the Remixes Project. But I was going to do a remix, like an updated remix to it, and throw like 2 other people on. I went to open that up in Cubase, because I can give it a different file.
Yeah.
Cubase didn't want to open it.
Wow.
It said it was, basically it was too many tracks.
Too many tracks, yeah.
So I still love my Acid, right? Because it's not as computer hungry as some other things. But
yeah,
I'm an avid Cubase lover.
Yeah. Now, what I liked about Acid, a couple times I have used it. I like it allows you to do the stretch. You can stretch your thing without affecting the what's the time stretch. Yes, I love that. I have not seen no other program that does that.
And their EQ roll-off points are a lot easier to manipulate on screen and with it than anything else. You open up the box, the box, you find which roll-off points you want to use, and it's set at 0. You open it up, it goes a whole line through that one track that you're working on. It's set at 0, but then for some reason you got this semblance in here that's got that that's just doing way too much, and that de-esser ain't doing enough. So then you go to that one little spot, click, 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 and there you go. I love it. Love it. You're gonna make me go back. You're gonna make me do the next African
Acid Pro. Oh my goodness, man! Yeah, but you right though. Pro Tools.
Yeah, I love that
too much.
I love. Yeah.
They do
too much.
And it was Pro Tools 12, I think it was. So I don't know where they at. And it was, when you clicked it, the whole screen disappeared. It was nothing but effects. I was like, why is there 10, 12 effects for EQing? I don't need that. Just give me the main 3, main 4. I need the push and push.
Yeah,
good,
And the cool thing about, because I run dual screen, so I always have my mixer and my mixer over here. But when I open up what I like about Cubase is it has enough effects within that track by itself that you don't really have to open up no effects.
Okay, got you.
I can use the filter. I can use everything. I got 4 different inline effects that I can use right off a whole bunch of effects, and I can still get a very great sound from that.
Okay.
And then, of course, the more I do, the better it gets. But if somebody need a quick mix, see, one thing other people do, like with not Cubase, with a lot of engineers with Pro Tools, is they have templates already ready.
Yep.
They have templates already ready because you want the stutter and you want this and you want that. Well, they know that just go. Well, only template that I have ready for me is my mic modeler or my reverb. That's it. Everything every song gets its own I'm not starting with a template and then working from it. I'm starting from, all right, this is raw. Let's start. You know what I'm saying? So because all songs don't need the same, they sound the same if you do it that way. If you do it with a template, they sound in the same.
That's true.
So you got to give each song, like I said in the last interview, I mix like I'm a R&B artist. You know, I want you. I got a song called Who's Soft on Step Back On, and if you play it in a car, you would swear up and down you have surround sound in your car, and you don't.
Wow, nice.
It is that put together.
Yeah, that's some
good. I mean, you got stuff over here, over here. Something came at you from the front. You're like, what was this? Hold on, turn it back, start it over. What did he say? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, and that's a part of making sure that this song gets this touch, because that's what this song deserves. Now, this song might not deserve that, but it needs this.
Gotcha. No, that makes sense. That makes sense. I'm glad we touched a little bit on the mixing thing. That's probably one of my biggest things as an artist. I want to go to school. I want to go back to music school to learn the mixing and mastering part of it. I can play the music. I can write a song. I can record whatever. But when I get to that part, I'm like, let me hand this over to John. Let him do the thing. But I want to know how to do that.
Yeah, I master too, and you know, mastering is not as hard as people make it seem. It's really decently simple. It's how it sounds to you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's how it sounds to you.
Yeah, exactly. Now, you being from Ohio, have you ever thought about doing a song with Bone Thugs-n-Harmony?
Well, okay, let me clarify that. I'm from Ohio by way of DC. I'm a DC native. I love DC and Maryland. That's home.
Okay.
Now, if you ask me if I want to do a song with Chuck Brown in there, you know what I'm saying? But as far as Bone Thugs-n-Harmony, I would love to do a song with them. I would love to. I mean, I'll do a song with anybody. I try to meld, like I said in the part 2 video, I meld my style. I keep my style the way it is. It can meld with almost anything. I could do a song with MGK and get off of that song and then do a song with Ray Cash. I mean, it's just me, you know what I'm saying? I'm like 40. I'm not changing my flow just because I'm rapping with somebody else.
Right.
I'm gonna still be the old dude with the old school flow.
Right. I liked it. So do you want to stay on?
My voice is undeniable.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Do you want to stay on as I do the song point?
Yeah. I got some questions about why I did this.
We're gonna talk about each song. Like, okay, now what was going on with that? Just because the first one, the intro alone, I was like, really? Okay, then let's. So, all right, y'all, just to say, and we're gonna start the music portion of this.
I do that I told you.
And
okay.
Right. And
talk about my damn intro.
Right. Oh, talk about that outro too. Hey man, I'm telling you, I just listened to this. I'm like, what in the world? How do I fast forward this shit? God damn it!
That's why I do it. You know what? That's exactly why I do it, because it's going to be one of them things where I just want to talk some mess.
Yeah.
And then I put it on there, throw everybody off, and then it comes with something that's like, whoa, wait a minute, I wasn't expecting this. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. So yeah, that's why I like it.
You definitely get an A+ for me for this album. I actually like it. I'm glad you suggested that this be the album that I listen to. But my listeners, artists, I've decided now that I'm not just going to play one song of your music on my playlist for the show, especially if you're an artist that I'm interviewing. If I'm interviewing you and you have a song, then I'll play that song. But if you have a whole album or a past album or something, we're going to play the whole album. That's going to be my playlist for today. So today's list is Champion 2 by the legend KC's. All right, so let me get this started, and we're going this crazy intro about to come on, y'all. Here we go. Do you hear music?
though I thought I wasn't. When I told you I was going to do this, I did it. I stayed true to that. That's the problem with this hip guys. They don't stay true. They just hot just to make a buck. Tell them ain't all wrong. But deep in your heart, attack and it's running you, it's coursing through you. You live and you rap about life. I have a problem with that rap about life. See you. We not here. And the funny thing is, just saying stuff and got to know when I was doing it back in press. Didn't think I was going to do it. I left some stuff because I wanted to do it again. Speak again because I'm champion. Can't call y'all a champion if you ain't be the champion at it, right?
See, y'all what you are in this world. That's either one or two things. Either you're somebody or you
He's about to kick
scene in that movie too.
Right, exactly. He was not playing. Where my money?
Right. Saya, come here.
Oh, Spotify tripping. It's coming back. Hold on. Like I said, it be tripping.
Yes, you haven't signed.
Let's go. Yo, it's the legend. I had to take a second. Use them to know that's the head of it. Here I am.
One. Your flow. Your flow is shit on basement. Man, oh man. Who that remote? Who the hell I am? I'm old school ninja, so my plan. Don't trick.
Chili come
money playing with my Xbox. People counting playing with my Xbox. Hot as they come. I do this just for it's problem. No. Here. Again.
They call them the legends calling. Ready? The mold is broken in the last. Joking like Casey is the legend. The legend Casey running.
All together, the legend Casey running. A go getter, a showstopper, go back t-shirt, man. Watch me about my son. Watch me never lose. Never lose.
You know there's a delay.
I need all my dudes.
This circle background, all the rest of them. Single player.
All the rest of them. Don't rhyme, say this.
So now
I want Midwest mayor. I love that song. I love that song. I love that. That was one of the first ones I made.
Yeah, I like it.
A lot of people didn't get that Xbox line, but a few people did. It took me out. I was like, oh, y'all.
Right.
That, huh?
Well, in a month from now, this Hollywood Big Shot's gonna give you.
I'm gonna give you what you want. All right, come on now, Spot.
want to make them.
Can't even That's over here, boy.
Yeah. In the kitchen, that's my I'm a problem. In the kitchen, I'm a problem. That's my
Sorry, everybody, for the skipping.
It's definitely got.
I'm a king. I'm a scholar. I'm a brother. I'm a father. I'm a son. Father. Time of day, I'm about dollars. I'm your auntie, only your mama. Big nigga call me Alibaba. Back to the block, damn it, I'm not every rich, looking up in mama pot. I'm a slip to myself, write my own masters and publishing. That's respect. With a public own, I facilitate it. I laid out the laws, and y'all had to break it. I'm a problem. Watch how you treat them, big mistake. So watch how you breed them. That's my fucking mission. I'm a problem.
See, by it being that, you know, I didn't make all the songs super long.
Okay. Okay.
It's hard to shake the fucking Richter. I look at you and there go your picture. It's up a man, will the man follow me? Your heart Kool-Aid. Man, I'm a G walk in the club. Now what we have here, I am that first round watch years. Case in the building, you hoes catching feelings. Always don't know if you cool or the villain. I'm a wife, or he got my children. I don't play about kids, don't involve women. I'm a man, plus I'm old fashioned. No internet, people like me here. Move right along, it's good. You get it going. So I change back to what we used to song. All black, dial 9, motherfucker. I'm a problem. Biggest shark killer, tank with my fucking mission. I'm a problem. Biggest shark killer, tank.
Yeah, I tried to, you know, I was getting back from some people because it's like, you know, it's 2 verses. Blank.
What?
Girl said, only supposed to be so many songs.
Say,
So I said, you know, I got some flack from some people because they were like, the song is too short. You only do 2 verses. I said, well, you know, it's an EP. So as an EP, you go off of the guidelines and rules for EPs. They're only supposed to be so long and so many songs.
yeah.
If I would have made anything a little longer, then it would have been an album. Then I would have had to add more songs because it wouldn't have been enough for it to be an actual album.
Right.
You know, it wouldn't even be considered a maxi single. So,
right.
you know, that's again other rules of the game that a lot of people don't understand. So I did it like that on purpose. And you know, when you're an artist, you always do something different to stand out, whether it be good or bad. You do something different. And you know, me doing an EP this way was definitely different, especially from what I'm used to doing. But I did like it. I like the format in it, and I like the way it delivered. So that's why I kept going the way I was going.
Ah, got you. Now, the wonderful thing about being independent, you can do what you just said, that format or whatever, because in the industry,
right,
they don't even count EPs, which I don't even understand why some people do.
I know.
They don't even count it. Like if your contract requires you to give them 3 albums and one of the projects that you do is an EP, you still owe them an album. They don't count it. So.
Right, and that is such a sad thing. It's like, look at especially if they're all new songs. If they're if you do an EP with remixes of your older songs, then I can understand you not counting that. But if you do an EP and you're doing all new songs, you have to count that EP. It you know, you can't not count it. And I tell you what, if I was on a label and y'all don't want to count my EP, then I tell you what, then you don't get a parts of the EP. You don't own parts of the EP. Right. It's all mine. But I think so when my EP outsells your album that you want me to do.
See, you catch it, but you got to hear what you're saying though, and that's the part that as artists we're missing. The contract said album, not an EP. Now, as an artist, I'm going to reword my contract to include EPs to count towards what I owe them. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
On a full album, so I get it. I understand why it ain't.
And remember this part. Remember this part. For the artists that's listening, if you do it, let's say PJ Dakota releases an album and she owes her label another album, but she does an EP. If she doesn't read her contract thoroughly enough, she wouldn't be able to release that album as PJ Dakota because they own her name, and her image, and her likeness.
Something else. You are so right. I'd have to call it something else. It wouldn't be able to be under PJ Dakota. You are so true on that.
Right. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yep.
Look, man, them contracts be this thick, man.
Yes, they don't be understanding that. Them contracts be like 9,900 pages long. Bullshit.
All right. I just be like, look, none of this look right. I tell you what, this is my contract. It's my money, and I want it now. Here we go. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Damn, what's up?
Right. My contract is simple and plain. The people I sign with, it's don't F with me, and I won't F with you.
Yes. And how I ended up learning about that was Ty Dolla $ign. He did this album. He'd been working on this EP. It was a mixtape. He was working on this material, and he couldn't decide whether or not he wanted it to be a mixtape or an album. So how the label, I guess he was taking too long, whatever. The label decided for him and told him it was a mixtape. He don't get credit for that. So he still owed them another album. And that album, that mixtape, that really was an album, was dope as hell. But he, you know what I'm saying, that it was like a waste.
And you got to be careful.
Go ahead.
Right, you got to be careful because even mixtapes can be funny. When you do a mixtape, it can be funny the way that the label will treat you. Yep. You know what I'm saying? They'll make all the money off the mixtape, but since that's not what you were supposed to give them, they'll take that too. Because guess what? They got to recoup the money that you spending still in their studio that they're paying for.
Yep.
That's why it's best to own your own stuff, own your own masters. What I say in that song? Exactly. I own my own publishing and masters. I sign my own checks. So
yes,
yeah,
exactly. And that new artist, oh man, I'm bad with names. Elisa, whatever her name is. She was like the top artist.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and with the awards or whatever, and she said they didn't expect to win what they won and the success that they got from the album. She said, but one of their requirements with the label was they had to be allowed to record where they wanted to record. They did not want to be playing and recording in them big old studios, and because the studio charge you got people, they don't understand. Right. You're getting charged a flat fee, which is an incredible price that you guys got to pay. No, my pack is hourly. It's way more than $100 an hour to be in the major studios to record a project.
And you know, the thing is, there's different levels to that. You're correct as far as that, but then you also have to think that studio might not be the one that's going to mix your album or mix that song. You might just record it there.
Oh, right. I hadn't even got to that part yet. But in her
mixing your song.
Yeah, but the contract that she asked, she said she put it in her contract that they had to allow her to record wherever she wanted to. And where they recorded that album, this number one album that's making all this money for her and her guy, was recorded in her bedroom.
That's what's up. And see, I was told a long time ago, you don't need to have the fanciest recording equipment to record a good album.
You don't.
You know, and with so many home studios popping up and everything, and Fruity Loops easy to get, and Pro Tools and all the hack versions of Pro Tools and all that. People could release an album every day of the week if they really wanted to, or a song every day of the week if they really wanted to.
Exactly.
It's all about your work ethic.
Oh yeah.
You know, and if you got a good work ethic, you can do it. But then again, you can also burn yourself out too.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of things that goes into this game of called music that, you know, I know just enough, but let's say you have Ice Cube on here. He's going to tell you 20, 30 things more that we didn't even know.
That is so true. That is,
you know,
true. Yes.
Right right now I got portions of the Champion 2 album in a couple of video games that's being developed. I said for Netflix, I'm waiting to hear back from that.
Nice.
And a couple of other things. So, you know, once I get that going, that's even better. So
way better.
You know, it's all a plan.
It's not always what people see up front. It's that behind the scene, on the side things that can truly make your money for you. So it's all about putting yourself out there and being willing to take those chances. So, yeah. Wait a minute. Okay. All right. So the next song.
Matter of fact.
Huh?
Me for something I'm gonna work on a while back, and it didn't work out. It fell through because you couldn't get something from the other portion of whoever you was trying to deal with. And so, you know, that was a plan of putting one of my songs on some kind of album that was getting put together. Exactly. But you know, when opportunity comes.
Yep, it sure was. I think I was dealing with a movie at the time, and one of your songs fit. Yes. Mm-hmm. Oh, I forgot about that. Yes, yeah. But
I don't forget because that turns out to be money in the long run. I don't forget.
Exactly. I don't even remember what song we had picked, but whatever it was, it fit that format, whatever we was doing. So, but yeah, see, people don't be understanding. I reach out to artists all the time when I'm working on these projects and different things come across my table, and I be like, hey, man, so-and-so got that one song or whatever. So I listen, I pay attention to the artists that I deal with and whatever, and you definitely had a sound that fit what we was doing. So, man, just keep doing what you're doing, man.
Yeah, you have all the permission in the world to submit whatever you need to.
Y'all heard it.
Any movie coming up, you got it. You have the permission.
I'll hit you up and be like, yo, I submit
you'll get your
for this thing I'm doing, whatever I heard.
You'll get your standard permission. You got it.
There we go. About to make all. I'm sending all his stuff out. All right, let's try to go on to this next song before I cut us off again. Here we go. Let's see what.
Man.
Oh,
to Kroger
will not be playing. This is a Kroger advertisement going on.
That is called an advertisement.
Yes, it's called advertisement. I'm just like, I do not have the premium plus.
Hey, we got to pay the bill.
All right, the Spotify, so the commercials be coming in. When this COVID-19 hit and folks got laid off, it was like, hey man, I will not be paying y'all that $14.99 a month until I get things right.
No.
Man, and it was crazy because I think I got into at $4.99 and then it went up. I was like, man, them little specials they give you for 3 months. Yeah, I started with those.
Well, they supposed to be trying to pay us more, so I don't know.
I really, really hope so because they is tripping. But somebody told me one time.
Xbox Music,
Huh?
I think Xbox Music, Google Music or Groove Music play the most. Some of them actually pay a full cent or 2 or 3.
Oh wow, nice.
Per spin.
Per spin, right? Oh, I meant to ask you the first time. Have you been getting like radio play?
I say it in one of my songs that's actually getting ready to probably come on. I ain't played on no radio stations, but the internet be giving me heavy rotation. So you know, I get more internet and college radio play than I do. Well, plus I don't have no.
They say the land
radio versions really of anything. I haven't released it though. This that joint. Go ahead.
That joint. Okay, but no, you were talking about you don't get radio play, or you? What'd you say?
Yeah, I don't know. You know, I get college radio. You don't have to have it right, but not like 93 or 107 or nothing like that. I got to get some radio versions for that.
Ah, okay, got you. All right, let's get to the song.
Put them when they don't behave. Way modern day slaves going off worse than these tensions on high. We ain't even nod no more when we walk by. Rolling legit, got them hands at 10 and 2. Ain't the same color as them, so they fuck with you. Get a clear angle, being beat out my drawers. How am I resisting? Got your knee in my neck. You got both hands. Shot with the tape. Yeah, that didn't work. Rip that shit out, because for real, it didn't. Cuff behind my back, had it, and you search. The bitch couldn't get no ass. Lil Ricky is a cop now. How we grow up so fast. You got daddy issues. It wasn't enough love. My fucking Uncle Lonnie is why you white as fuck. You probably married now. You got a wife who neglects you. 2 kids thought becoming Johnny Law would make her respect you. Still a bitch. Just got a gun in his back. Remember when Becky whipped your ass? So scary. Run for protect and now draw down and shoot. Ain't nobody listen. Just try not to get shot. No longer shoot wound. Y'all want to chalk on a block. Body camera function and the car cam too. But that cell phone footage clearer than the shit that you use. Now it's paid leave until your court case. Still no conviction. They never went for the blue race. Man.
The blue race? Wow. So, no, I was asking, what's the blue race? Is that the popos? What?
Well, that's the popos. That's the popos. Because the boys in blue, Crip blood, but the boys in blue, they stick together. We've seen that happen with the I don't remember his first name, but the Botham case where they tried to get her out of getting in trouble. Right. How they stick together when somebody shoots somebody, and they're sticking together with this one to make sure collaborating the story that ain't accurate. Right. Seen it with the girl that got shot. You got a traffic stop, and all of a sudden now she dead. I mean, crazy. It's a sad situation. We see it with guys running away, and they shoot him in the back, and then somebody plants a gun. There's just so much corruption in this right here. And the reason I called it the blue race is because they're their own. Because you have whites, you have black, you have brown, all on in the same chord. Now I'm not saying all of them are dirty or all of them are out to kill and get black folks or white folks, but it does definitely seem to be a leniency towards one race of people, the white race, and then the black race, and then there's the blue race, because the blue race is the ones that they stick together like the black people, like us blacks should. They stick together like the whites do. And I'm not racist at all, but I can say this: if you send a black guy to jail for a robbery at age 21 for 28 years, and a white guy to jail for a robbery at age 19 for 2 years in the county, there's something wrong. And they were both the same, had the same situation, same robbery, same everything. The points was the same, and you send the black guy up for longer. You quicker to shoot an African American without knowing if they're without really knowing if they're armed or dangerous. You just, he's not adhering to what you're saying or whatever the case may be, and now all of a sudden he's shot. Whatever happened to shoot to wound? Whatever happened to shoot to stop somebody? Like if they trying to run, why can't you shoot him in the leg? Running, shoot him in the leg. Oh, my bad. Y'all target practice suck because y'all need a bigger leg. Y'all want a body. So now you killing them. You killing people for no reason. I fear for my sons. I have a 25-year-old and 11-year-old. And I tell them, if the police ask you to do A and B, just adhere. Don't resist. But even when you don't resist, you still have to worry about what cop got a bad day. I just seen on Facebook the other day, and I know Facebook always has a slant to their stories, but I just seen on Facebook the other day, dude got hit like a dozen times, and they had his hands behind his back, and the cop just standing there, the lady cop standing there, and it's like they're exchanging words, but the dude has already got his hands behind his back. He's up against the wall. Then 20 seconds was into the video, then the cop is wailing on him.
Right.
Now all of a sudden he gonna get a resisting arrest charge because he's too busy trying to cover up from getting hit. And then the girl cop sitting there like standing there, trying to hold the man's hand a little bit, like, okay, no, that's enough. And he keep wailing on him, like, dude, I'm sorry, I had to turn around and wail back. We just gonna have to square up. You just gonna have to, and I've been shot with a taser.
Right.
I've been shot with a taser before, but my adrenaline, which they ain't always there, but my adrenaline, because of the situation was so hot, I really did take dang on and rip it out like, you shoot me for? But I had to think about it.
Better than
because I was doing security at the time. I used to do security for Bulldog Security, and my brother, rest in peace. And I wasn't the one in the middle of the fight, but I wasn't the one fighting. I was trying to break it up, and your adrenaline run. And next thing you know, I get shot with this taser, and I feel it like this is like the kick, and I ripped it out. You shoot me for it. They the ones fighting.
Right. Exactly.
But it was. I had to think about that for a second, so I just stood there with my hands up afterwards.
Right.
You're like, my hands is two things. They're either gonna shoot me or they're gonna get it together. And luckily, by the grace of God, they got it together.
Yeah. Are you using? Oh, you on a computer, right?
Yeah. You got. Yeah, I'm on my computer.
And is your computer PC or Mac?
Oh, it's PC.
Okay, yeah, so it's on there.
Yeah, I got my kitchen in the background right there. I didn't.
Oh, no, you good. No. I'm talking to the actual people of this platform that we're using, and I told them how you're in black. And they're like, well, if you're on an iPhone, please do a PC. And I'm like, we both on computers, so I don't know why I have what's showing up black when the feed comes.
Oh, you know what? I don't know. I was going to try to. I didn't know if we were able to do this on the phone or not. Because if we would have, I probably would have tried it. Maybe that would have worked, but I wasn't sure. So I just was like, I'll just, it says as I see at the very bottom, it says you can see and hear me. So
yeah. So, but yeah, I was just checking. I said, let me ask real quick.
How y'all doing? Great. Yeah. It's great to see y'all here. Or at least know that y'all watching. Say what show. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. No.
I
like that song. All right, so the next song. I can't mute. Oh, I can't mute you. Can you try not to sing along because there's a delay? So it sounds like you don't even, you're off.
And it's crazy though because I hear it clearly. I can hear it clearly, and as I'm saying it with the song, I'm on time on the screen that I'm on.
Right, because I'm
literally on time saying it with it.
Right on your.
But you're saying, okay, I got you.
Yeah, mine is the latest. I got you. Yeah, so be quiet over there. So here we go.
Never. She out here putting young Jesus shame. Youngsters better recognize.
You kind of remind me of
ain't just rapping. You ain't street.
What's the guy? The rapper dude.
You see how it does. 6ix9ine is a position, but he got buzz.
What's the rapper's name?
Don't get hot.
He always in jail. He just got out.
Yeah, I know the nigga. I still can box.
DMX. He got out here DMX on this.
The legend's a problem, been that way for a while. Straight
It's your flow. It's your flow.
They say I'm hard to manage, well I ain't average. When I speak clear English, they think I'm speaking Spanish. Come on. Y'all niggas really don't know me. Y'all only know it.
OG DMX was one of my favorites.
Y'all niggas really don't know me. You only know what you see. Trump's racist, so what's his food laced with? If he can fake it, then anyone can make it. Yo, let's get it. Y'all watching how I spit it. Way back to impression. You knew the flow was liquid. I stay behind king as long as I let you. Know what that means? I'm standing 10 toes down unless there's 10 toes up. It depends on how she act. If I really wanna fuck, never let a chick get the best of me. At least not again. Been there already. Didn't like that feeling. You have to be amazing before my guard goes down. And look at how she did. Yeah, see, I ain't no clown. Who am I? See, I'm that Midwest mayor, dude. I'm a bear. Plus, you looking like bear food. Friend me on social media, but you don't like me. Became friends with those I can't stand just to spite me. Y'all niggas really don't know me. Y'all only know what you see. Y'all niggas really don't know me. Only know what you see.
Yeah, you heard that little 6ix9ine rant right there, didn't you?
Yeah, I saw it. I heard it.
6ix9ine is a position, but he got buzz.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, I can't get mad.
Hold on. Because I definitely want to talk to him quick. He did a thing where he called himself talking about the Billboard charts, and the facts he was giving were true,
right?
But he gave it out, so everybody could hear it, and then Billboard took all his music down. That's when you know the industry.
And here's the thing about that. Y'all know that Billboard reacting to that just helped him sell another 500,000 copies.
That's all it did.
Just helped him sell another 500,000
exactly
of a stupid ass song that don't make no damn sense whatsoever.
Right, and the crazy thing is,
only reason they got that because of the women's behind shaking in it.
Yep, and the thing is, people don't understand. I don't need to be on Billboard to make my money. He needs a million more people to buy it because of that, and Billboard just ain't charting it. That's all. Fine, but my bank account, I still got that million. So whatever,
I mean, he made a valid point, and I had to give it to him because he did his homework.
Yep.
And by him doing his homework, he was that my son just gonna walk through the screen, just gonna open up the refrigerator.
I gotta do something. That I'm hungry.
You just gonna do something. You're gonna go in the cabinet. You just
done Dad. I heard the first.
I love being a dad. I love being a father. I love being here with my kid. I love doing for him. I love watching him grow up from the little tyke he was to the man right now he's gonna be. His little voices crackling.
Oh.
That little getting that little peach fuzz right here that you keep that grandma tried to get off.
Yeah.
Grandma,
not the thumb. Because
So
you got
yeah, man. And it's a great feeling to know that you have created that you're a part of a life that you and the mother or the father, however the situation is, created, and that your imprint is there. Your imprint is there, and it's like it's a brand. Even though I have a 25-year-old, it's still a brand new feeling to have to have it. It's a great feeling. So
no doubt.
one of these days, my son gonna be able to tell his grandkids, "Hey, I lived through Corona. They got that in the history books. That ain't how it happened. This is how." You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
Right. I was in the Great Construction of 2020. Boy, let me tell you what really went down in that. So yeah, that's life. But my man had made a comment to me. He said, "You're gonna get in trouble for that Trump comment." Because it's like you lacing his food. I'm like, dude, it's a comment, it's a rap. I mean, if it hits Trump's radar, then I did something right. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I don't think Trump really care about no independent person saying something, because he got like a whole country that don't like him. So plus a couple of
right. Like, do something, help my sales go up.
Oh.
What, Trump? What?
All right, dog. Go ahead and do a press conference to that legend KC talking about my food.
Like,
what? That's so brilliant.
Exactly.
That would be awesome, but with that. But
all the time,
I did say if he did anyway. So.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Wow. That's
next song. This one I.
All right.
This one I like.
Okay.
Here we go. The music is dope. This track is dope as hell, man. Yeah.
Talk big, yeah, shit. Funny ass trick. Coming up, never run my shit. Man, I'm too. You want to know what y'all that? Yo, rap the OG interview. The shark down. Come alive. Okay. Oh, yeah. I know what I got to say. I'm cool. I'm so cool. I ain't that dude no more. Come on, show me this. Somebody was there so smooth, that you can't see it. What we talking about? Yo, damn, I'm great. How I talk to him? Let's go. Unlike men, so fucking feel. Shit, I ain't that rap like mad. The OG, but it's sad. For the generation, why would they different? We say, I don't see your son on provoke. Don't mad, it's not me for me, my Lord. What a genius. Over the ass, please. Keep talking that. Where you came from. And take these let it down. That you can't see. Forget what you thought. Damn, I'm great. Forget the what we talking about. I'm back in the game.
Q. That,
Exactly. I do too. Hold on. I come Hold on. We got this other track. I love that track. Love that track. Love that.
yeah, I on with that. That's one Q made.
And so you produced that one?
That's one of the beats I made.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, you definitely landed the East Coast sound. I'm sorry, the West Coast sound. You definitely captured that.
Well, you know what? I was always told I'm an East Coast rapper, and that can just rap over almost any beat, and to be an East Coast style rapper, rapping over West Coast beat as almost flawlessly as I just, I'm really proud of that. I'm really proud that I was able to capture that and bring that type of energy to it.
Nice, definitely. And then just the title that you used, it just worked. It was, man. If you haven't get no numbers from that song, man.
Every all the stuff in the middle of the hook is stuff from my albums. What you talking about is from one of my albums. Top That's from one of my albums. The one part where it says, oh my gosh, I forgot what it says, but that came from a song that I did on Speechless called Hood Hit. I try to keep it all in house, try to keep everything in house without farming too much out.
Right. Okay, cool, man. Definitely, right now that's one of my favorite ones. So, so let's go.
So I appreciate it.
No doubt. So
my favorite
one. The next track up, you guys, is called "Wanna Be a G." And for those, I just went live. I'm showing like how you did your camera first time, so I'm doing a version of that because we still having technical issues. But for you guys that's listening, this is the artist Legend KC out of Akron, Ohio. And he came on to say what show, give us a great interview, and I hope you guys was able to watch it. I'm hearing that I'm having some lag issues, all kind of stuff on Facebook. I'm gonna get this together, y'all. Trust me.
Three versions of this show going on right now, y'all.
Exactly. We gonna get it right. But it's even the second interview is still great. It's been a great interview. So yeah, I hope you guys liking the music that you're hearing. So all right, the name of this track is called "Wanna Be a G."
Go. Wanna be a business because you straight sick, trying to run with the click, cause you wanna be a out street. Wanna be a real sick, acting real sick, trying to run with the click, cause you wanna be a I ain't played. Don't know the internet be giving me that heavy rotation. 90s era flow for the OG respect. Young G be saying, or you a dude working on still, you don't have a rep yet. Some real words, just this kid so phony, lazy tatted with hair like My Little Pony. Now you got heart, want to fit in. This ain't TV, boy, you gon' lose your win. I'm an old school ninja with those ways, old school still reigns, like you play. First in the spot, the last in league, go with my young years. And my hands say, like guns, play. You out talking street, wanna be a busy beat, cause you wanna be talking real slick, just straight sick, trying to run with the click, cause you wanna be out talking street, wanna carry heat, wanna be a busy beat, cause you wanna be talking real sick, acting real sick, trying to run with the click, cause you wanna be streets ain't fair, streets don't care, keep acting if you want, it'll test your pair, you all hard. Very smart. Now your name's Susie. Behind bars, it's that life you pop, that life you acting out till it's at your front door. Now you wanna creep about. Drug seller, serve, drinking touched up. She twerk for perk and $40 for a cut. She and your boy face, she wants you replaced with the highest bid, cause he wanted a taste. Thought she was loyal, she followed the money. She want a real man that put that gun in her tummy. Now you on this, hope you dog kissing dick. Give me the mouth with your ass blowed out. Acting all boss. Acting beats on the street. Buying your life. Cause you wanna be a G. Take care of me. Cause you wanna be a G. Real slick. At your strong run with the click. Cause you wanna be a out talking street. Wanna carry heat. Wanna be up in some beef. Cause you wanna be real slick.
Yeah, wanna be a G, but the legend can't see you on the PJ to cut the show. Say what? Yeah.
Yeah. Say what? Ha. Yeah, that's my favorite.
What's your favorite?
That's my favorite. Simple. Like, that was one of the first ones that I made when I decided to do the album this way. And then I was on the phone with Tune Seekers, and I was like, hey, man, you know, I think I want to do a West Coast sounding song, you know. And this was around the time that Tekashi was in trouble and everything. I'm like, look at you. You trying to play gangster. You trying to play hard. You trying to do this. And you trying, and now you know, your life that you rapping caught up with you. You know what I'm saying? So now it been caught up with you. Now what? Now what you about to do? And we've seen how that played out. So that those words was already wrote in a sense because I had knew what I wanted to say. And I was like, when he hooked me up with that beat, I was like, I got it, and I finished it. And yeah, I mean, if you really listen to it, that whole rap is basically it was about Tekashi, but it's basically about anybody that's trying to be a gangster, trying to be a part of a life that you don't know nothing about. You know, just to get a rep. You know that one little part in there where I said just to get a rep was a nod back to Will Smith, and parents just don't understand. You know, I try to keep little quirks and stuff like that in the system so people understand that, you know, I am an old school dude. And then not only that, I'm gonna tell you I'm an old school dude.
Right.
So
I like the old school guy. I like it. I like it. Definitely.
So I had fun with that one.
Oh yeah.
And it was an analogy. It was supposed to be want a bag, as in want a bag, since everybody's wanting to get, you know, trying to get the bag nowadays. It's supposed to be want a bag. But you know, when you type stuff in, your computer fixes it for you.
Yeah.
So it became B. It became B. Period A, period G, period. I'm like, no, it's not what I wanted. But it was already submitted. And I'm like, never mind.
Right. Dang, that's funny as hell.
I just kept it. So, you know, and you know, again, I'm not really played on the radio stations. It's all internet stuff more than anything because, you know, the internet only play what they want to play, what they want to make hot, what they want you to hear. You know, I mean, I love the Savage remix. Beyonce and Megan Thee Stallion, but god dang, how many times I gotta hear it? That's like box, you know.
Yeah, no doubt.
It's like, you know, radio don't play underground music, and then, you know, to hear underground, you gotta go get Shady 45, you know, get some Sirius XM and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's true.
So, you know, we need an independent station, internet station, or something that's just for independent local rappers or independent artists only. But that counts when you get plays, you know what I'm saying? So
I'm working on that. I'm not.
Yeah, I know you did. That's why I did it.
Oh, okay then, because we are definitely guys to get paid for the plays. So yeah,
right.
It's coming, y'all. All right, cool. So your next track is called
the outro.
Alcohol. Wait a minute. Did it say I paused it? Lost. It was.
So it happened. hope y'all like that little man. Y'all know what it is. Y'all can tell me how you feel and how you like it. You know, it's what it is. I'm gonna understand to a lot of people, man. If it's not back album, your name, I apologize. It's just so much in your heart. To be complete again and able to y'all do things out there. Everybody do what you feel, man, and right. Just do it the legal way. You did?
Right.
I'll let you man. I'll let you take this. See y'all number 14, 15, 16, 18. Yeah.
The legend, KC here, PJ Dakota show say what? And there you have it. The complete album, all platforms. Let's stop that advertisement right there. And you guys can find that album Champion 2, the EP, definitely on Spotify and all other platforms. And he has several other products out there that down the line we're gonna add them to our playlist as well to play on our show. Thank you, KC.
Oh man, thank you, and I'm glad that even through the technical glitches and difficulties, we were still able to stay just diligent and vigilant and keep a smile on our face and everything. You know, that's all that matters. Don't let nothing bring you down. Keep it going. You see. For
sure. Thank y'all, everybody that's watching. Like I know that y'all can get through this with me and stuck out with me. The people that's on Facebook right now live, I see y'all. I'm trying to make it work. And KC, we definitely gotta do this again. Okay, man.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Y'all, Facebook, The Legend KC. Y'all can hashtag The Legend KC in Google and come up with a whole lot of me. I appreciate it, you know, and all of those that got me on their Spotify and maybe just added me and following me. Thank you. You know, play the music, and when you get done, play it some more. And if you as long as you're feeling it, I'm feeling it, you know, and we're going to keep working. And I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you bringing me up on the Say What show. You dig what I'm saying?
Yes. All right, y'all. See y'all.
All right, much love and peace.
Yeah, man. Yep.
Stay safe out there.
Yep. Bye-bye.